I'm back with another song breakdown. For this song, I had my Instagram followers vote with like the Instagram poll thing for which song they wanted to hear the most, and What the Fuck Is Going On is the winner. So I will be breaking down the lyrics, the production, the music video, everything about it. So for starters, one of my favorite musicals slash movie is Chicago. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It's just like a classic and it's so good. And one of the most famous scenes from Chicago is Cell Block Tango. And it's about these women who have been locked up in jail for like killing their partners, basically. And I love it. I am all for it. Not actually, like I would never actually do that, but the concept and the power and the energy and the confidence behind it is what I'm so like drawn to. So this song is very, very, very inspired by Cell Block Tango. When I was dancing in a studio, like when I was a little bit younger, we did like our own rendition of it for our yearly recitals, and we had the jail cell like bars and we had the costumes and we like had to memorize the lines, and it was just like, it's every, or I don't know if it's every girl's dream, but it was my dream growing up watching like the older girls do that dance. Like I always wanted to do it, and then when I was told that we were going to, it was just like the best thing ever. So I'm carrying that love for Cell Block Tango through my music career. This song is just a very angry, I'm confused, not now, but I was very confused and frustrated and didn't understand what was going on, like with the guy that I was with. I just couldn't understand like his thinking, and I know it's not expected to like try and figure out what your partner is thinking about, but when the communication wasn't really flourishing, that's what I ended up having to do. But I was frustrated. I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand. I'm doing all these things that I thought would be right, but I'm still not getting that like validation and confirmation in return. So this is my way of expressing those feelings. So let's begin. Is there somebody else, or am I being shelled? I'm not a Barbie from hell. I deserve to know. Am I too much to take, or are you just afraid? Go on, say it to my face. I deserve to know. So first verse, I'm flat out asking, like, is there somebody else? Are you not like into me anymore? Are you just putting me back on the shelf like I'm some kind of toy, like I'm some kind of Barbie? I know that I'm not like this evil person, so like why am I being treated like I'm just like being kicked to the curb, you know? Am I too much to take, or are you just afraid? Go and say it to my face. I deserve to know. This is just saying like, are you afraid of me? Do I intimidate you? Are you scared of me for some reason? Like, do I come off too strong? I'm just confused and I'm trying to scope out the situation, but I can't seem to do it. So instead of like just working on this by yourself, like why don't you communicate with me and just say it to my face rather than having me like guess what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because that doesn't work ever. So what made you flip the switch? We're flickering out of control. Didn't think we would get to this, but I can't deny this feeling in my soul. For the pre-chorus, I'm just asking, like I'm being so blunt about it. I mean, I'm being blunt about it like after the fact. I definitely should have said these things while I was like crying and upset, but that was during a time where I didn't know how to like stick up for myself and speak based off of what I need versus just having the other person like control the relationship. But yeah, I was like, what's going on? Like we were doing so good, like we had so much fun, but then all of a sudden it just stopped and I didn't understand it like at all. And based off of like how we were together, I just didn't think that would happen, but it did. So I'm so confused by what you're doing. Just know I get it, I'm not worth pursuing. Can you explain your games? Tired of sitting in all the blame. What the fuck is going on? Whoa, what the fuck? I see you leading with your head stupid. Your precious heart has got you so foolish. Try to pick apart your brain, but it's got me going insane. What the fuck is going on? Whoa, what the fuck? So I really enjoy writing like abstract lyrics and metaphors and being like pretty creative with my songwriting. But when I'm angry or sad or depressed, that kind of just moves to the side, and that's something I'm trying to work on as an artist, of combining the two. Because, for example, when I'm very angry, I sing exactly what I'm feeling, which is also good because it leaves no room for like imagination or interpretation. It's simply just like, I don't get it. I'm so confused by what you're doing. Just know I get it. I'm not worth pursuing. Can you explain your games? I'm tired of sitting on the blame. What the fuck is going on? Because he wasn't responding the way that I kind of thought he would in terms of our relationship, I started blaming myself for everything. And you know when you go back and you just replay your actions over and over and over and over again? Not that I truly don't believe I did anything like wrong or like crazy. I mean, no one's perfect, of course, but there wasn't like some blow up fight. Like we never fought. Like we were just having a good time. Like everything was good, but I was like, what? And then as it got towards the end of things, I could sense and I could see and feel that he was leading more like with his head instead of his heart, which is really good in a lot of situations. But for me, I'm kind of the opposite. Do you think I'm stupid? I can tell what your mood is. Baby, I'm not so clueless. I deserve to be shown. Tell me, was this your plan? Do you think you're a man? Well, I'm no longer a fan. I'd rather be alone. You know when you go through all the different waves of emotion, you get like really sad, and then you get really angry, and then you're in denial, then you get sad again. Like everyone's process is different. My upsetness and my confusion turned into anger, and I was just like, again, all of this is literally internally. Like I never expressed any of this to the guy, because I just like, it wasn't worth it, even though it so was, because I was so upset. But at the time I just felt it wasn't worth it. But I was like, do you think I'm stupid? Like, I know exactly what you're doing. Like, I figured it out. So tell me, was this your plan? Do you think you're a man? Well, I'm no longer a fan. I'd rather be alone. I wanted to ask him, like, were you planning on doing this all along? Like, do you think this is cool? Like, do you think you're manly because you're playing with me? Like, it's quite the opposite. Like, it's very childish and very immature. But I'm not a fan, so I'd rather just be alone at this point. Why don't you make it more obvious? You're hiding behind your lack of self-trust. I hope you don't think that you have an audience. I don't need no one else seeing your cockiness. I'm being a little sarcastic, being like, why don't you make it more obvious? Like, even though it's very obvious. You're hiding behind how much you don't like trust yourself and your own feelings, which is understandable. Like, it's all okay. Like, however you act in a relationship is okay, but like, just know, like, if you fuck with me, like, I'm gonna be sad and I'm gonna write a song about it. So keep that in mind. I hope you don't think that you have an audience. Like, I hope you don't think that people are like, oh my god, amazing job, you broke her heart, like, good for you. And I don't need no one else seeing your cockiness. You're not hot shit for breaking my heart. Like, it doesn't make you cool at all. So I just didn't get it. That was the breakdown for What the Fuck Is Going On. That song makes me feel like a bad bitch, and I don't really feel that way too often, so when I do, it's a nice switch up from my usual like low self-esteem self. If you haven't seen the music video, please go check it out. That was like the first music video that I was in control of everything. So I choreographed all of it, I hired all the dancers, the male dancer, I hired the crew, found the location, drew out the costumes, had the costumes made. The bars in the music video are actually from the dance recital. My class and I like redid Cell Block Tango, and the studio owners like let me borrow them and paint them black. So that's where like the jail cell comes from, and then in post-production work, my director was able to like extend it so it looked like there were more than there really were. That day was one of the most stressful days of my entire life because I had to be in control and like handle some difficult people within the lighting crew. But it's okay because it happens and you learn a lesson from everything you do, and I wouldn't have wanted it to happen any other way just because then I wouldn't have the final product that I have. And with the dancers, I had the male dancer who isn't actually even a real like dancer. He was my coworker. All of the female dancers, it was my sister, it was like my other sister. Girls that I danced with at my studio, I had girls that I knew from high school, my friend that I met at Orange Theory. Like it was so fun, and like we all came together and I was able to choreograph it and we rehearsed for it. Like it was so fun. Everyone was so awesome and so understanding because took a lot longer than expected, as these things usually do. But it was so fun, and I hope you enjoyed all of it. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you liked the song, the music video, and I also have a behind the scenes video as well on my YouTube page. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what song you want to see next.